welcome to Horror Franchise Wednesday. It's time to start another trilogy, and we're going to talk about the Candyman trilogy. 2 trilogies in a row I'm covering with a hook hand killer. Coincidence? Not done on purpose, I promise you. So, yeah, this was my second watch for Candyman, and I watched 2 and 3 for the first time last year. Yeah, I watched these movies over a year ago, so this is being recorded now, but what you're about to see was recorded last March, and I didn't do the open properly, and I have to reshoot the ending also with the outro, so you're going to see my shirt change and blah blah blah. So I had to reshoot the opening and the ending, and there's not going to be a spoiler discussion because there's not really a whole lot to talk about. I didn't have a whole lot of notes, and it's just I got rid of the spoiler discussion, so it's just going to be spoiler free. But I'm sure you've all seen the movie, so it doesn't even matter if I do spoil it. I'm sure you've all seen it. Now, yeah, so welcome to Horror Franchise Wednesday, and let's get into it, shall we? So let's talk about Candyman. These will be quick reviews because I don't have too much to say about these. So, Candyman came out in 1992 and stars Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen, and this tells the story about a woman doing this college thesis, and she wants to research the local legend of Candyman and to find out what his story is and prove that he's bullshit. And she finds out that he is legit, he is real, and becomes his victim. Be my victim. So, apparently, Eddie Murphy was he was the first person they were looking at, I read, and he wanted too much money, so they got rid of him. And thank God, because Tony Todd fits this role perfectly, like a glove. It just fits because he's like 6'5". He's got that deep voice. He plays a great villain. One of my likes for this movie, I really like the score. This is a franchise with an iconic score, and it's not like other scores at all. It's actually kind of sad sounding. It's very like melancholy, and it makes sense given the lore to the Candyman, how he's a sympathetic character, the way he was mistreated. He got killed for the crime of just loving people, or this woman who was white. So the racists back then, they killed him. Tony Todd, like I said, I think this role was perfect for him, given his height, his voice. And I wish they would tone down the effects that they do on his voice in this movie, where he has this ghostly sound. They're trying to give him like this ghostly voice that kind of echoes, and it makes it hard to hear. So you got to put like subtitles on. The first time I watched this, I only understood like a quarter of what he said. So this time I knew going into it, like, put the subtitles on because I can't hear a word. And he says a lot of important shit. Like, if you don't hear what he's saying, you don't know what the hell his goals are. Apparently, Bob Keane did the special effects, and there's some cool special effects in here. You got the same effects artist from the Hellraiser franchise on the team here, which makes sense, Clive Barker and all. And just the look of the stump, the hook hand, it's a cool weapon. They don't utilize it properly. They don't do a lot of cool shit with it. There's no like under the face, in the eyeball, dick, vagina, whatever. There's just in the back. And every time he hooks somebody in all 3 movies, when he hooks someone, he like stabs them with the loop part of it where it's not sharp. So he's like so strong that he can punch a hole through them with this hook hand without actually using the point, which I thought was just funny. It's like, how strong is this guy? I like Virginia Madsen. The acting in this movie is pretty good. I mean, it's the best compared to part 2 and 3, especially 3. Holy shit. But Virginia Madsen, she's pretty good. Like, towards the end, she has like this arc where she starts to get a little crazy herself, and she goes back home and she sees like her husband who's cheating on her, and she's like, go ahead, call the police, and she gets the phone. I like that scene with her, just her interaction with her husband who was cheating on her, which is obvious. That's not a spoiler at all. It's obvious moment 1 that he's cheating on her. Just the way the college girls look at him, and then he gets home late one night. He's like, I was asleep. And how could you cheat on Virginia Madsen? Oh, that body. When she's in that bathtub, I just want to get right in. And I like that this movie, at least has a message behind it. Most slashers don't. It's just kill them, body count. This one actually at least attempts to have some kind of message and subtext to it. So at least there's something beneath the surface. Now, the things that I don't like, which is like one thing only, because I liked a lot of the stuff about this movie. The pace was great. I was never bored. The only thing I would changed for my own personal taste is the gore. There's hardly any gore. There's a severed dog head, which I thought was cool. So that would be my only main negative. So other than that, final thoughts. I think that this is one of the better slasher movies of the 90s. It's a cult classic, and I totally get its appeal. It has a pretty decent pace, and I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot better my second viewing. The first one, I was like, I liked it some, but this one I actually liked it a lot more because I knew what to expect. And the second one is fine. The third one is trash. The third Candyman, I just fucking hate it. So, when it comes to Candyman, this is a classic that I think is worth going out and buying. So, there you have it. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.